This is going to be exciting, Mike. So exciting.
The challenger, Jerry Lynn, to the ring. What an opportunity this is for Jerry Lynn. You know, he actually earned his title shot the same night Kid Kash won the belt back on February the 12th when he won a 10-man elimination match. He's put aside all the personal glory for that battle with Conan over X Division versus Lucha Libre. But tonight, he's been waiting his turn, and he gets a shot at this man, the champion, Kid Kash, who back on February the 12th defeated Sonny Siaki to capture the X Division title. It's been a 7-week run as champ, and as you can see, Kid Kash coming to the ring looks like he's favoring his left knee.
Yes, Mike, there's a story to that, and I'm gonna tell you about it when the match goes on, because I got to talk to both of them. And yes, Kid Kash did hyperextend his knee.
Now we go to JB.
Ladies and gentlemen, the National Wrestling Alliance in total nonstop action. Entertainment Incorporated officially sanctioned the following bout. When the bell rings, the third man in charge, NWA TNA senior official, Mr. Rudy Charles. Introducing first of all the challenger. He weighs in at 212 pounds and hails from Minneapolis, Minnesota. He is a former X Division champion and the current #1 contender for the X Division Championship of the world. This is Jerry Lynn.
We've often referred to him as the MVP of the X Division. Let's see if he can regain the gold.
And now introducing, from Johnson City, Tennessee, he weighs in at 212 pounds. He is the current reigning and defending X Division champion of the world, Kid Kash.
Don, let's set the stage for everyone. You talked to both of these competitors before this matchup, and I know that they had a one-on-one bout this past weekend in St. Louis, Missouri. Fill us in.
It was a match that was off the charts. In the match, Jerry Lynn hurt Kid Kash, hyperextended his knee, and you've got to give Kash credit for the fact that he's even wrestling today. And I talked to both of them, and Kash said that, you know, he might not be able to do what he normally does, but he was going to defend the X Division Championship, and he wanted to get some revenge on Lynn over it. And I talked to Lynn and asked him if he was going to work on the knee. He said not at all. He's been waiting to get his X Division title. He's going to do it the right way and fight him straight up.
You know, when we went through the X Factors, one of the items was Trinity's involvement. And I think it was something that we had to point out with the repeated instances of Trinity getting involved in the matches of Kid Kash. But after we saw Trinity laid out earlier tonight with that DDT.
I was going to say, after what Raven did at Trinity, you're not going to see her the rest of the night, Mike. There is no way.
So maybe we'll find out under circumstances without Trinity at ringside if Kid Kash is up to the task here in this X Division title defense against Jerry Lynn. No help from Trinity for Kid Kash tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he wins it, he deserves it. He, like I said, with the injury to the left knee and without Trinity in his corner, and he's taking on the best the X Division has to offer, two-time champion Jerry Lynn. I'll tell you what, Kid Kash pulls this off, you got to give him his kudos, Mike.
You know, I almost have like polarized opinions on Kid Kash. Number one, I have to agree with you that he's showing a lot of guts, courage, and determination by coming out for this X Division title match. But how about that weaselly thing that he did earlier tonight when he stayed there on the ramp while Trinity took the DDT from Raven, and he did not come to her rescue?
No, he showed his true colors right there. I'll tell you something, he should have been grateful for Trinity, because without her, I don't think he'd be in this position that he's in. But you know what it is, Mike? Jealousies and egos can get in the way, and he was just hearing too much of that, and people were doubting his ability, and I think it just got to him.
Great action in the opening minutes of this X Division title bout. The deep arm drags by Jerry Lynn have Kid Kash on the defensive, and he tries to slow things down at this point by staying in the corner.
Kid Kash just motioned to referee Rudy Charles, pointed to his knee. I think I don't know what he was doing. maybe warning the referee to look for him to, if Jerry works on it or not, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. The crowd is definitely behind Jerry Lynn, Mike.
Extension of the hand
Oh,
here.
you saw that. He went to stand and poked him in the eyes.
Only to take the shortcut. Scoop and a mid-ring slam, but Lynn answers. Counters back. Nice hip toss takeover.
You know, I just hate to see this with Kash because he showed such class early on as the X Division champion. It's almost like he's just kind of lost it, Mike.
See if Lynn can bridge out of this. That's exactly what he does.
That was
attempted a backslide.
There it is.
Gets two. Oh. Double underhook. Kid Kash going to take Lynn into the air. Lynn trying to fight it off.
I'll tell you what, these two have had so many great matches together. They're not strangers to each other in any way, shape, or form.
Version of the gory special here applied by Jerry Lynn. Almost turns it into an airplane spin. Kash down to his feet and down to his back after the clothesline by Lynn.
Oh, man. A lot of people, again, like you mentioned, Jerry Lynn has been the #1 contender for this title for a long time. Of course, he got caught up with Conan and the Luchador invasion there and trying to prove his point about how great the X Division was. But now that seems to be settled after him and Conan talked earlier today.
That was my take on that situation. You saw it as well as I did, the sit-down interview that we aired earlier tonight involving Jerry Lynn and Conan, where they seemingly put their differences aside.
Oh, what a smart move by Kash.
Is Kash going to fly here?
If he can.
April back kick. Going to charge and run up the
he's got
apron
it.
and hit the Hurricane Rana.
Oh, man, and he grabs his leg. Grabs his knee right there.
Favoring that injured left knee, but it...
He may have been kind of a weasel today here, Mike, but he's showing great courage. You got to give him that. He's showing great courage.
I mean, that's exactly what I talked about earlier. You can talk about both sides of it with Kid Kash. Sure, it's a gutsy, courageous performance in this match. You know why? Because his X Division title is on the line.
Absolutely. Against somebody who's not only wore that belt, has wore it twice and wants it again.
Doesn't want Trinity to steal the spotlight from him.
You know, and when I was talking to Jerry, he was just so happy to be ready to refocus on the X Division again. Focus on the title. I mean, these two. Mike, I remember. Wait a minute. Oh, Kash just creamed him right there.
Nice series of moves by the champ, Kid Kash. Off the spinning neck breaker. Comes
Here it
right
is.
back, drops him on his head, goes for the pin and gets two.
I mean, I myself almost 3 months ago traveled to Memphis and then up to Missouri just to see these two wrestle in both places. They were wrestling against each other just because they're such great competitors. Oh, man, look at this.
Two great talents, the best that the X Division can offer. #1 contender Jerry Lynn and the champ Kid Kash.
You know, this has got to be different for Jerry Lynn. He's had to face so many surprises week in, week out, not knowing who he was going to face, all the different styles, you know, of the luchadors that Conan brought him, and now he's got to get refocused, Mike, on the X Division.
And how did Jerry Lynn do in those matchups against the luchadors?
I can only think of one time he wasn't victorious.
That's right, only one loss. That was that tag match with Conan and Juventud Guerrera a couple of weeks ago. Lynn back to his feet. Repeated stomps to Kid Kash. Now he's going to take him and drive him face first into the top turnbuckle.
I mean, what a night that people have here tonight. Not only do they get to see all the great action that they've seen, they get to see Kash and Lynn, and then coming up, Jeff Jarrett and D'Lo Brown for the World Championship.
And so much more at stake with that World's Heavyweight title, because if D'Lo Brown wins, the belt goes to Sex. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker.
Here it is. Two. It's done.
No.
He fought it out.
Lynn goes right back. Kid Kash.
Did you?
I think the knee went out on him.
Yeah.
He elevated Lynn, dropped him throat first across that top steel cable.
And there he is, grabbed. You could see the force it took him to throw Lynn into the ropes. Cost him, but you know what? You got to suck it up, Mike.
Diving splash. Lynn does suck it up and kick out at two.
The way I look at it is, if you're going to go out there, then you don't have the right to use your knee as an excuse.
And
you don't have the right.
Answered Kid Kash. Rudy says he's the man in charge in this match. Kash slow slow to take advantage, but back on the offensive. Not just choking blatantly right in front of referee Rudy Charles, choking the life out of Lynn.
Well, he's going to have to do something. I think, you know, the submission route is probably the best route for Kash to go right now. Do whatever you can to take Jerry Lynn off his game. Oh.
Shoulder block in the corner. The challenger sends the champ.
Oh.
The champ is ready as Kid Kash caught him with the
boom.
Double spring.
He's got it.
Two.
Oh.
No.
Did he get it?
No. Again, only two. Lynn able to escape.
Oh, man, I don't know. That looked like three, Mike. But Rudy Charles doesn't give it to him. There's still life left in Jerry Lynn.
Rudy Charles has the final verdict, and he says no, only a 2 count. Lynn able to hook that top rope.
Boy, Jerry Lynn has got to do something to get some momentum back here. Kash, through it all, has somehow, look at this. Kash is just showing an amazing display of talent and pure desire not to give up that belt, Mike.
Kash gonna go springboard. Lynn caught him coming in with a drop kick, both men down.
I gotta be honest with you, if you'd have told me that an injured Kash without Trinity would even have a chance against Jerry Lynn, I'd have laughed at you. Oh, beautiful counter there by Jerry Lynn on that, unreal.
Yeah, Jerry Lynn saw the springboard move coming, able to get the legs up, caught Kid Kash in mid-move with the drop kick. We go back live. Both men back to their feet. Blocks the punch, does Lynn. Caught him with a right, drives another right to the head of Kash. Repeated shots to the head. Now going to shoot him off into the ropes. Kash ducks the clothesline. Lynn ducks the clothesline. Oh, Lynn plants him.
Here it goes.
Out of the corner.
Jerry Lynn's got it. Oh, he nailed it perfectly, Mike.
Mid-rope leg drop.
That's it.
Pin attempt.
1, 2. Oh, Kash will not give it up.
Again, the challenger can sense that championship belt. Kash is powered by Lynn.
He's got to have it. How is Kash fighting out of this? Like, how long has he been champion?
7 weeks. Back on February the 12th is when Kid Kash defeated Sonny Siaki to win that championship belt. And Jerry Lynn has been waiting almost 2 months for his shot at Kid Kash. He gets it tonight, trying to take advantage of it, but Kid Kash is able to come back, go for another cover. He can get another 2. Incredible series of near falls.
I'll tell you what, Mike, I would have never thought that they could have kept this match so far close to the ground and it be this exciting, and they've done it.
And it really has been an incredible pace. Double underhook now by Kash. Yeah! Lynn fighting it off. I don't know if he was going to try for the moneymaker there. But regardless, Lynn able to avoid the high impact move.
Oh, Kash has been a statement right there. Holy cow!
Caught him with knees. Drops his hands. Goes for the pin and another 2 count.
How did he get out of that? Mike, they have just literally been beating each other to death. Oh, did you see Jerry Lynn? Here it is. 1, 2. You gotta be kidding me.
Well, this is what the X division is all about. The super competitive division with absolutely no limits.
Mike, the way these two are going, it's going to be a long wait for that title match between D'Lo and Jarrett. These two don't want to quit. Oh, the referee just got knocked out.
Lynn took him up into a fireman's carry. It appeared that he was going to go for the TKO. Oh,
what in the world? What this?
Who the hell is this? And
what in the world?
He just attacked Lynn? No.
What? I thought Conan said it was still. What just happened, Mike? What just happened?
I think we just bought into Conan's bull.
The winner of the match, and still X Division Champion of the World, Kid Kash.
He was not going to let Jerry Lynn win that X Division. That's my opinion.
And another mystery luchador that cuts off Jerry Lynn, enabling Kid Kash to retain the championship belt.
And you know what? Kash didn't even need to win that way. He was doing so incredibly well out there. I'm telling you that it was just wrong, Mike. Just wrong.
On deck, the NWA World Heavyweight title. Before we get to that, let's take a look at the history between these two.
And the business at hand is the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.